Hey guys, I'm Chef T-Max. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to do ranch dressing. Everybody loves ranch dressing, right? So, I mean, why not try to make it fresh? I know most of you you love that Hidden Valley Ranch ranch powder in there, but we're going to show you what those flavors that they're giving you are, and we're going to try to put it on a plate for you in a way that's super simple, okay? And I'll build it around a little salad here. So stay with me. Click subscribe if you're not doing that. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and ring that bell, and I'll send you new stuff I have coming up. So I'll see you back in a second. Okay guys, welcome back. So first thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and build this salad that we're going to build this ranch dressing with. So I've got a nice piece of iceberg here, and then I just trim the iceberg lettuce right in half, right? And I do that, and I'm going to chop the root end off like this, and I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do is actually cut my lime here in half. I'm going to use half if we need it for the buttermilk, but I mean for the ranch dressing, but I'm going to put half of it right on the lime. Now, it's really important with iceberg lettuce, right, is to keep it ice cold, okay? Don't bring it out, let it sit on your countertop for an hour and warm up. Sometimes I'll take it like this after I slice it and put those sliced chunks, like halves, in like a big bowl of ice water, get it super icy and crispy. Then I shake out all the water. Then I put it here, and I do this. I put my lime on there like that, okay? And then I'm going to put a little salt on there as well. So what are we doing at this point? All of the salt is kind of going into these little crevices on our lettuce here. And then I'm going to put extra virgin olive oil in there. Now, do you even need a dressing? Do you need anything else? No. Iceberg lettuce is so good. The reason it's so popular is because it is a tasty dressing. So what you can see is, what did I do? I just cracked a bunch of peppercorns on there. I put my extra virgin olive oil, I put salt, and I put lime. That's all it really needs. But we're doing a ranch dressing today, so I want to teach you that. So let's start right here, okay? I've got my ranch. Now, one of the things we're going to need is garlic aioli. I'm going to grab that from my fridge. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to make a small batch of this now. I have some garlic aioli. If you click up to the left here, or your right, you're going to see a recipe for how to make that at home. And what you're going to do is you're going to take it. You can see how beautiful this looks. I'm going to take 2 heaping spoonfuls of my garlic aioli. Okay? Then I'm going to I've got some organic sour cream. Yes. So buy some nice sour cream. I'm going to take a nice spoonful of that as well. So it's probably like 1 tablespoon of that, okay? And then I'm going to add some buttermilk, okay? I want to put a beautiful tablespoon of buttermilk in there, right? This is organic, cultured buttermilk. Buy good quality products when you're using dairy. I would always buy organic when I'm using dairy as well. I put a little extra virgin olive oil in there. I want to put some salt. I want to grind some pepper in there too, right? Now, I don't put too much salt because one of the ingredients you're tasting a lot of is celery salt or celery seed. So if you can't get if you can't just get celery seeds and grind them, and you have to buy celery salt, then buy celery salt. But remember, celery salt is celery salt, so you have to replace celery salt with regular salt. If you have celery seeds, then you can put as much as you want and not worry about being overly salty, right? Now, I'm going to put a little bit of coriander powder too. So I literally put like maybe a teaspoon of that in there, okay? And then I'm going to put a little shot of vinegar, champagne vinegar. That was a shot, right? A teaspoon at the most, right? I'll mix it around at this point, okay? Now, the reason I'm not putting garlic in this is because I use the garlic aioli. If you're just using mayonnaise in this that you bought at home, then you would want to crush up 1 garlic clove, smash it up, mince it up, small as you can get it to almost like a paste, and stick that in here. Now, Other flavors you can add in there if you really love the store-bought ranches is you can add onion powder as well as a nice one. But I love it like this. I just think the celery is what makes it. Now, ground dill as well. Dill weed is another really good one. Now, from here I just put herbs. So here you can see I've got my cilantro, and why is it in paper like this? Because this is the way you want to keep it in your fridge. You rinse the herbs off right when you buy them, rip the root off and throw it away, and you take your nice herbs like this. Now I'm only going to take about this much of it, right? But the rest of this gets wrapped back up in my little package here, right? Like this, right? And it goes in my fridge. I love fresh herbs. Like this. So we do that, and I put that in my crisper drawer. Now, I do the same thing with my parsley over here. I'm going to take the same amount of parsley. Now, parsley's got bigger stems, so I'm going to pull some of the big stems off of this parsley. The little stems in the cilantro are more delicate, so if you get a big chunk of that, it's not very like heavy stem and chewy like. It's really delicate. So now I've got my beautiful herbs there, right? And I'm going to take these and just chop these up. Now, this is parsley, a little cilantro. Normally, cilantro is not one you'd find in there, and you can leave it out if you want. I have some in my garden. That's why I'm putting it in here, because I think the more herbs, the merrier. If you want to stay very traditional ranch, the herbs are parsley, dill, and chives, okay? Now, most of you don't have chives at home, so you can leave those out and just put a little bit more onion powder. What I also like to put sometimes is tarragon in there. That's a really nice one in there. So I'm going to put this in my dressing, okay, like this. Now, I have some more that I picked in my garden, some random things. I have some basil, right? So basil's another one that you don't have to put in your ranch. If you want it to taste more like a traditional ranch, you would just use, like I said, you would just use dill, and the celery salt are going to give you those flavors. Here is a little tarragon I had from my garden as well. So I'm going to put that in there too, pick those leaves here. And then I have all the dill, you can see. So with the dill, I'm just going to pick all the nice leaves of dill off. Mine grows in these big stems like this. And if you don't pick it and always cutting it up and putting it in stuff, it's just going to go to seed and eventually die. So you want to use it. Don't just let it sit there and die. If you're planting dill outside, use a bunch of it, right? So you can see how I just strip it like that, right? Of the stem. So you see I have stems here, beautiful dill here, right? And I want to get every bit of it that's been growing in my garden. The seeds, when it does come to seed and pops up, that flower, the dill flower like that, is really nice to use. So I would highly suggest using that sometime, okay? Now, I've got my basil, my dill here. Again, like I said, dill, parsley are the only ones you really need. But if you've got tarragon, if you've got basil, if you've got other herbs in there that you like, I think mint might throw it off a little bit, but you can try it. I've never tried actually mint in it. Mint I like to put in stuff when I'm making stuff that's spicy, because I think it cools off the heat on stuff. So with this, you can see I'm not chopping it tiny. It doesn't need to be tiny, right? It just needs to be chopped up and diced up a little bit like this. Now, what that does, gives us a beautiful herbal dressing. Look at that. This is what a real ranch should look like. This is what ranch is. Ranch is buttermilk. Ranch is that beautiful aioli or this sour cream that we're putting in there too. And then it's these beautiful herbs. It's the garlic. It's the fresh summer herbs in the garden. And when you taste this, wow. That's perfect. That is. I'm not doing anything to it. It's done. Now, for my salad, I have some beets here. These are some golden beets. I'm just going to stick those right on top and just brush them around like this. Look at that. These golden beets, I'm going to tell you how we cook these. One, I leave them a little al dente too. It's really nice. With the beets, click up here. Watch my video on how to cook a beet. But it's super simple. You put baby beets in water, salt, bring it to a boil. Boil it for about 5 minutes. Let it cool in the liquid for hours. Come back later, peel your beets, done. Here I've got some beautiful young cucumbers, right? So I'm just going to slice them. If you don't like when cucumbers are rolling all around, you can cut them flat, like this, right? Especially if you're doing a bunch of cucumbers for a big salad, right? Bam. And they're more bite-sized, right? So really, how cucumbers did you put in there? Doesn't matter, you guys. Do it up yourself. This is all about this beautiful, beautiful salad of cucumbers, beets. We've got cherry tomatoes here. So I'm going to take some cherry tomatoes. With the cherry tomatoes, I just want to have these like this, right? So we don't have these big bites. You don't have to cut them smaller than that. If you have one big red tomato, you can slice it up as well and fan that around the plate. You can do that too. That would be beautiful. But this, oh, I missed one. Okay, we're going to just scatter them like this, right? Now, look how healthy this is, right? Now, I'm going to take a red bell pepper. I'm only going to use a little bit. So I cut the wall off like this. Let me show you how we make this bell pepper sing, right? We lay this flat and we press it down, and I cut out, by running my knife flat with it, I cut out this pith. This is kind of the acidic part. It's not as tasty, right? And you end up with this beautiful, clean skin. With that, I julienne it one way, okay? And then I'm not going to make it too small. I can make it really small, but I do it that way, and then I'm going to scatter this around. This is going to give us that beautiful peppery flavor of summer peppers, and that's nice always to have on there. Radishes are great as well. You could use one of these, all of these, none of these. You could go with just the salad and the dressing, okay? So it's all up to you. But this is what a good summer salad is all about. It's about, beautiful radishes like this. See that? Oh man, this is looking good. And I've got an avocado, so we can put that on too. Let's take a look at that. Summer avocado, crack that in half. Look how beautiful that looks. I like to squeeze a little lime juice in there, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take this small knife I have and just give it some cuts. And I'll cut it crossways like this as well. Okay, now I got a spoon here. Yep, I do. I got a spoon in, and I'm just going to spoon it out like this. And what do? Scatter it around like this, right? Scatter it around. Now, I've got this big, beautiful, delicious salad. Now, what are you missing? This is a vegetarian's dream. I'm going to put my dressing on there, yes, but I'm not done yet, okay? I have over here, now, why do I have this tilted up like this? Because I've got some beautiful smoked bacon. This actually is a beautiful Benton smoked bacon. I'm going to put that on. It's going to give our salad a little bit of meaty flavor, so it's not going to be terribly bad for you with this small amount of bacon that I'm putting on there. But it's so smoky. But this fat that's on there, I can't help myself. I can't help myself, but I'm putting the fat in my ranch dressing. And for those of you who love bacon, that is going to kick up your ranch like you don't believe. This ranch dressing, you could stick in a mason jar and it'll last for over a week. So feel free to make a good amount, and that's it. And double, go triple, quadruple this recipe up. And then with this, boom, I just drizzle this around, right? And we've got beautiful ranch flavor all over this salad. How is that, you guys? For summer, simple, fresh, beautiful, healthy, and it's going to taste delicious. So I hope you like it. Give me comments down there. Let me know you have questions about different ways you could use this, different things you could put with it. I mean, sky's the limit, okay? It's about understanding how to cook, all right? We're learning how to cook, not follow recipes. See you back in my kitchen. I'm Chef Dean Max.